He is undefeated in his professional career with 24 wins, no defeats, 1 draw, and 20 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, Pinklon Thomas. And in the red corner, introducing the WBC champion of the world in the heavyweight division. He fights out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at 217 pounds. His professional record consists of 18 wins, 1 defeat with 12 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion, Terrible Tim Witherspoon.
So referee then Richard Steele calling them together. Certainly Richard Steele hasn't had to travel far. He's in charge of slot machines here at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas.
Obey my commands at all times. When I say break, stop punching, take a step back. Protecting yourself at all times. Shake hands, good luck to both of you.
I always think that's a good line for a referee. Protect yourself at all times. You really need that. And there's the final tail of the tape, the breakdown then. It's both the same height. And there's only a pound difference between them. And a good man in the corner, Angelo Dundee's been brought in for Pinklon Thomas's first world title challenge. And I always think that's a bit like a good horse having Lester Piggott on his back. So the opening round then with Terrible Tim Witherspoon, the nickname of Terrible given to Witherspoon by Muhammad Ali, whom he used to spar with quite a bit. And it's meant to be flattery and not a detrimental term. It's a kind of gymnasium dude talk for man, you're mean and terrible. Pinklon Thomas, I've seen a bit around. You don't really know much about him, I don't think. He's WBC number 3. And he's a cool customer who bangs hard. And he's got a pole of a left-hand punch, rather like old Sonny Liston had. It's not a flick that Larry Holmes had. He jabs hard with it. But they both bang a bit. Witherspoon 15-7, 217, a pound heavier than Thomas. So I really haven't seen these kind of fuchsia type trunks on a big fighter for a long time, but it goes with his name. Well, they're getting off fast with punches in the opening round. They're not taking any scouting reports. They're getting off quick, and Witherspoon's got a good variety of shots. Watch this. He can bring an uppercut in well. Witherspoon's hungry in many senses. Had a bit of a row with the promoter here because he wants more money, getting about $400,000, but he's in hot for some of that because he's been borrowing in advance on his purse. But he thinks if he can win this, he's going to be back in the big time, really big time, in the million classes. Well, I've seen enough in the opening round of Pinklon Thomas to know that he is a good challenger, and I can see now why he's undefeated and how he came to draw with Gerrie Coetzee before Coetzee became WBA champion. There's that left hand. Look at that. Just he jars hard with it. I was talking to him in the dressing room when they were bandaging up, and really their fists are just like hammers. You've no idea to measure them round. They're 12 inches if you measure the whole fist. Try measuring your own and see how it comes with that. Some good punch swapping there at the first anyway.
What's in your jab, right? Jab, left hook. Left hook, left hook.
Jab when he turns southpaw. Get up, come on. Get up, nice champ, come on.
Fifth round. And really taking quite a bit of separating, isn't it? It's punch for punch. Well, it's illegal. They're having a bit of a jeer, but really, he's not going to do any damage with that. I would have thought Thomas would have said, I don't mind him hitting me with that. It's not much damage. But the referee, Richard Steele, quite right, called him to order. Oh, a backhander went in there. He's got to warn him for that one, though. That was a little bit too strong. And he's saying, take a point off to the judges. That's silly of Witherspoon to have done that. With a backhand. It's years since I've seen a fighter do that. Notice he tries to switch to southpaw now and again now with a spoon. That shows, I think, a bit more frustration on his part rather than trying to frustrate Pinklon Thomas. Witherspoon could well have underestimated this guy. Referee doing a good job. He leaves them alone when they're fighting inside. Until they're actually holding, he doesn't bother. So let's have a look at the replay on that. You see the sweat and water bouncing off, and there was the obvious backhander. It was a good flurry too by Witherspoon, and you see it again here, and he really spoiled himself with that. It's only a tap, mind you, but he's got to be stopped from doing that. Sixth round then of this WBC World Championship. Scheduled for 10, we're just starting almost the halfway stage. And it's not an easy fight to score at all. I've been impressed the way Pinklon Thomas has come back. Sometimes the rate of Witherspoon's punches have been a bit faster and therefore must be scoring. But it's going to, for me, it's going to rely on the second part of the fight to pick a winner here.
There it is. Stock it down. There you go. Stock it down.
I think Thomas is paying the price a little bit for having a static head. He doesn't move it about a lot. It's well stuck up there. See, now he's turned again to southpaw. He hasn't done that much in previous fights with Witherspoon. Got a very predictable style, Thomas, but it's effective. See, here's a guy who wants to keep in punching range all the time. Doesn't want to be moving out of distance. That's what you got to do when you get to the top. You can't play at championship level. See, now he's calling out to the referee there with a spoon. He didn't like the way he was caught with a punch there. It's getting a bit rough now in the sixth. And really, Thomas more than taking the play away from the champion. When fighters start moaning a bit to the referee, you know they don't fancy the fight too much. And this is unlike Witherspoon because he's always traded on durability and his willingness to get stuck in. But he's found a fellow who can do it with him, and there's that left hand again. It really is an actual piston-like punch, and there's power in it. Had a good round here, Pinklon Thomas. He's picked Witherspoon off well. Straight ahead fighter, Thomas. He doesn't bother about moving side to side too much, but it works for him. A little bit of desperation coming in with Witherspoon saying, well, I've got to do something here and throw more punches. Good round this now. Some good punch swapping going on there.
It's only 12 rounds. You can't pace yourself, man. All right? Come on, you can't pace yourself. Shut up, I'm the champ, man.
You hear that? He said, shut up, I'm the champ, man. You know what's happening there? The seconds are nagging him a little bit, and it's irritating him. That's a bad sign in the corner. So then, 7th round, and it's turned out a really hard heavyweight championship fight. Not too much thrills in their boxing, but they are getting stuck in. And if that's what the hard-paying customers in Las Vegas want, the heavy rollers, that's what they're getting. Sometimes when you know the ability and weights and sizes are equal and the training's been fairly good, and it's all about the will to win that matters. And at this stage you have to say, well, I fancy Pinklon Thomas. There's something about his work that's more impressive. Coming into the fight, I thought maybe Witherspoon should win. There we go now, exchanging this left for left. They're trying to do a bit of a chess match in there and outthink each other as well as outpunch each other. Good stuff by Thomas with the left hand. He's broken off that exchange a bit too early with the spoon. He was about to come on top again there, threw a few punches and stepped back. But he's still doing it. When he does flurry, he's a bit more effective. It's a hard fight that the referee's making easy by staying away from it too. They're not holding him there. The referee's quite right. Well, now they're leaning on. He'll probably have to call, I should think now. There's a bit of shoving going on. I don't worry too much about the niceties of boxing. This is not the Olympic Games with white gloves and head guards. Well, it's an old-fashioned American shootout, this one. It really is. The last one standing is going to win, isn't it? Oh, what an exchange this is. They're not larking about there. Witherspoon's really surprised when he unloads punches and Thomas comes straight back. What a punch-up. Oh, my God. It looks like Thomas is going to create one of the upsets of this year or any year, really. Although he's number 3, he's coming virtually from nowhere to shake the champion Witherspoon. Well, I tell you, they're having to work hard there in the champion's corner, blowing in his ear. And you can watch in replay there, that really is Thomas being very effective. Some of the punches are arm strength in the replay. But when I say that, his arms are so powerful, he really could break your neck with some of those blows. And Witherspoon saying, oh dear, isn't he there? And so would I. The 11th round. For me, Witherspoon has pulled some points back. It's become a lot closer. But he's blowing hard now, the champion. I tell you that, that'll encourage Pinklon Thomas.
Work it out, work it out.
I don't think the punches to the body matter to Thomas because he doesn't even blink when he gets hit around the body. He's a well-trained man. And I said, for a fellow who had so many drug and alcohol problems as a lad, what a marvellous comeback this is. lumbering left hand. Hasn't quite got the snap of the early rounds, but it works.
Come on, work it out. Let's go.
There he goes with now another hip switch. He's come around again to southpaw. Witherspoon. Try anything, I suppose, if you think you're in trouble.
Give him up. Give him on front.
They're really punching themselves to a standstill in the 11th. With 3 minutes to go.
Ain't no more. Don't say it. There ain't no more.
Keep your right hand up, Pink. And get under that left hook.
Last round.
Give him a wrist.
You got it. Get all you want, baby.
Come on, fight. Come on. This is it. They're going to send him right out.
All those words of wisdom now. I don't know what they mean coming up for this last round, because these fellas have got to give it all now. So the 12th and final round of this WBC Championship. And like both of these, I suppose I've got to stick my chin out. I've still got Pinklon Thomas ahead. And maybe Witherspoon senses that he is a bit behind too by the way he's trying to throw punches. There seems to be more desperation among the corner men in the champions' corner than the challengers. Certainly trade on durability, both of them. They absorb punches so well. They get well paid, admittedly, but the training they have to do for this, believe me, is the hardest game in the world, and the old line about it being the loneliest spot in the world is true. Well, no, that soft shoe shuffle is not going to do a thing for Witherspoon. He's not doing anything. He wants to catch some judges' eye. He's got to try and catch Pinklon. They won't win any best style awards, these fellas, but nobody can question their heart and their punching and the fact that they've got in there and given it everything, and that's all you can ask for. And the crowd baying with them now. And every second seems like a lifetime to these fighters. And they then got to wait for the decision. That's even worse. Neither of them being off their feet. And I doubt if Witherspoon's done enough to pull this fight back, but we'll find out. And just at the time that Thomas needed a good flurry, he's giving it now as though he's counting the clock. Two good right hands almost on the bell there from Witherspoon, but it may be too late. Witherspoon raises his hand, so does Thomas. So whoever wins it here, there's going to be quite a bit of hollering and hooting, as they say. But we'll soon find out. 3 Nevada judges to score. And there may be a bit of a delay, but I'll try and get in the ring and talk to somebody up there.
We have a majority decision.
That's a split one.
Judge Hal Miller scores 114 Witherspoon, 114 Thomas.
A draw on that one.
Judge Dalby Shirley scores 115, 112. And Judge Duane Ford scores 116, 112 for the winner by majority decision and new WBC.
Well, there it is. I agree with that decision, actually, with Pinklon Thomas. Certainly Witherspoon didn't. One judge gave it a draw, and in case you didn't get it clearly, 115, 1112, 116, 1112. So it was actually good scoring by the judges, I thought. So the Rocky theme for the new champion of the world, and you can't say Pinklon who anymore. It's Pinklon Thomas from Philadelphia, the guy who really rose, as it were, from the gutter of despair to become world heavyweight champion. First of all, congratulations. I mean, as far as the world's concerned, really, you've come from nowhere, as it were, to be world champion. You've done a tremendous job. What are you going to do now? Who are you going to fight?
I'm going to take off with my family and give me some rest, because my wife is burnt out from working with me. I'm burnt out, and I think my kid has went through a bunch of mental anguish, and we're just going to rest up for a minute, and I'll sit down and I'll make plans with Don King Production, and we'll see where we go from here.
When you came in, you were very confident. Now, during the fight, were you ever doubtful that you weren't going to win this fight, Pinklon?
You know, I was so loose all week, I couldn't believe it, because I'm usually real fired up and tense, and I was really relaxed, and I knew that to come in like that, I did everything it was to do right. And I seen Tim doing his road work in big sweatsuits and stuff, and that takes a lot out of him. So I just feel really great. I'm just so happy. Great. I don't know what to do. And I'm pleased for a man who talks so freely about his troubles in the past that it's all come to a marvellous ending. It's almost like a Cinderella story, isn't it? With I tell you what, the wife's a better second than Angelo Dundee. No, I'm only joking. Thanks very much, Pinklon, and we'll be seeing some more of you. Bye. All right now.
Middleweight crown.